This seance was recorded on the 27th of April 1972, medium Leslie Flint.
Who's here?
Huh?
Hello, Mickey.
Hello, how did you get in on the act?
I knew you'd say that.
Well, I'll be blown. This ain't your night, is it?
I know it isn't, Mickey.
Anyway, I'm ever so
I feel an
glad to see you.
intruder.
Oh, get away with you. We're ever so pleased to see you.
Thank
You and
you.
old Les. How are you,
I'm
Lescott?
fine, thank you, Mickey.
Nice to see you.
Thank you, dear.
Well, I'm be blown. Where are the boys?
No, Chichester.
They can't make it, eh?
No.
What you got there then?
A different machine.
Oh, I wonder what you got. Look like a Punch and Judy show.
It does, right?
Yes,
It
it
does.
does. Yes, it does, right.
Well, how can they see it, Mickey? How do they know?
How do you know?
Well, Ken and Daphne and them said it does, rather.
Well,
We saw it before.
Let's see if you've got one of them puppet things.
Yeah, no, it isn't. We're trying this machine.
Why?
Well, the other one seems to make a noise on the recording, which spoils it if we
Hi,
like that.
darling.
Hello, darling.
How's Nige? All right,
thank you.
Nige?
Yes, I'm fine.
Good. How are you, Molly?
Fine, thank you, Mickey.
And Ken and Jean?
Fine, thanks,
Hi.
Mickey.
Daphne?
All right, thank you.
How are you, love?
I'm all right, thank you.
She took your advice, Mickey, last week.
You went to see your pop?
Yes.
How was the old man? All right?
Well, he seems very well indeed.
I say the pantry looks a lot better, don't it?
Oh, you've seen it, have you?
Yeah, poor old sausage.
Yes.
The what?
The pantry, the kitchen.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, you painted it for me.
No, my brother.
Oh.
Looks very nice. He's very pleased with it.
Now, why did you let her out and bark?
It's Rosie.
How are you?
Who?
How are you, Gwendolyn
Oh,
Vogel?
I'm very well, thank
When
you, Mickey.
what?
He's got a new name for me.
Well, that's what old, what's name calls you, doesn't he?
What Leslie called it.
Sometimes when he's sort of funny. How are you, Les? All right?
I'm fine, Mickey.
Cheer up, cock. You'll be better off when you're dead while worried.
I'm determined not to talk too much. It's a
You've
favourite
got a
of
few
mine.
years to go yet, you know.
It was a consolation up to a point, Mickey.
What do you mean up to a point?
Well, I'm
What
going to
about
do something
Lou?
over this side.
What would Lou do without you?
That's true, Mickey.
You've got to stick together, you two.
Yes, we
And
will.
the end of the road, you'll find the ones you love.
Yes, that'd be nice.
You mustn't get down in the dumps.
Can't help it sometimes.
Oh, I know you can't. It's easy for me to say that.
I know.
But oh, your boy's so close to you.
I
And
know
he
is.
does take an interest in you, and he loves you so much, and you must keep your chins up.
Yes,
You was all dolled up, wasn't you?
I know. When?
Saw a lot on you Saturday.
Oh, yes, we were doled
He was in a bad mood, wasn't he, old Flint?
What do you mean I'm in a
Oh,
bad
no, he
mood? I
wasn't.
wasn't in a bad mood. I was just very disillusioned.
Disappointed, I think.
Oh, well, what
No, it was great fun.
Something is
Oh.
happening, Mickey, isn't it?
Pardon?
Something is happening.
Where? When?
In the movement, shall I say.
Oh, blimey, it ain't moving, that's the trouble. Why worry? Hold on.
Oh, no.
No, don't go away.
Poor old Molly.
Why poor old me?
Well, not really poor, love, but, oh, well, why worry? Wish I could do more for everybody. Sit and hold tight.
Don't go away, Mickey.
Your mum's here, Jean.
Give her my love.
She doesn't need to be told the obvious, she knows.
Good.
She's a stickler, she is.
I know she is. How'd you get on with her, Mickey?
Oh, she don't offend me or nothing. I mean, she's all right. Bless her heart.
Can you cope with her?
Well, I don't have to cope with no one, really, in a sense. She loves you very much, and she's very possessive. But she shares you with Ken.
Oh, that's nice of her. Good.
You have to laugh though, don't you?
I'm
darling?
raw with laughter.
You know, she reads that up and down your stairs, and I think your stair carpet's going to get worn out.
Oh dear.
She's a case. No, she's sweet, really. And she always has that dog with her.
Does she? Oh, that's I'm very pleased about.
She was very fond of the dog.
Yeah, and I think the dog was fond of her.
Oh, Eve adored her.
She was.
And she was a nice old girl, really, your mum.
Oh, she
She
was.
just got difficult, that's all.
Oh yes, well, old age.
Well, it happens to all on you if you live long enough.
I know.
You might be worse than her if you get old enough.
I bet you probably will, Miss.
Oh dear, oh dear.
You never can tell what you're going to get like as you get old.
No, you
Although I
can't.
don't think you would. Your sense of humour comes to surface.
I hope not.
Was you a major or was you a colonel or what, King?
Oh
I
dear.
was a lieutenant colonel commanding battalion.
Oh, sounds very posh.
At the end, I began as a little snivelling subaltern.
You was a water.
I began as one little star.
Now you got how many
About
stars?
nearly 60 years ago, that was.
Oh, blimey, you must have accumulated a few stars in 60 years, mate. Why worry? Lieutenant Colonel. Ooh.
After all, I've been out of the army a long time now. I did 24 years in business afterwards.
Gosh.
Hello, how are you, friend? Welcome. Hello. You're very welcome. Hmm? We can hear you.
Where's them boys?
They're not here tonight.
Where's them boys?
They're
They're not.
working tonight.
Where's them boys not here then?
And they're
They
working
always come here
tonight.
on a Thursday night. Ha, ha.
Oh, it's Sam.
It's Sam, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I go in and see how you was all getting on. Ha.
We're all getting on fine. And how are you, Sam?
All right.
Hmm?
All right, thanks very much.
Good.
Having fun?
Hey,
Are you having fun?
oh, I don't know, love. I don't know what you call fun. Ha. I
Well-
always look forward to coming to see you.
Nice to
I've
hear you.
been promising myself that if I had the opportunity, I'd come and talk to you again.
Well, we're jolly glad to hear you.
What's about a song?
What song
What
would you
about
like,
song?
Sam?
What do you know that we might know?
What would I know?
Can't you give us one of your old ballads?
Come on, Sam, I'm sure you can.
Over the hills and far away. You remember that?
Yes.
Over the hills and far away. You know that one?
Hmm.
No.
We had that
Where
before.
I laid on Greenland's coast, hey?
Yeah.
And in my arms embrace my lass. Warm amid, what is it?
Eternal frost.
Eternal frost. You know it,
Yeah.
you know it. All too soon the night would pass.
Yeah.
Why don't we sing it?
Well, I don't know if I know the same tune. Were I laid on Greenland's coast, and in my
Arms embrace my lass,
warmed amid
is eternal frost.
too
Soon
soon
the night would pass.
I
I would love you all the day. Every night we kiss and play. If with me you'd fondly stray over the hills so far away, there I laid on Greenland's coast. Come on now, let's have a real old sing-song.
I'm trying to think of another verse. We've had that verse. I can't think of another verse. Can't you remember?
I remember that when they first put it on. Ha! Lincoln's Inn Fields. Ha! I used to go to the old opera and the theatre in the Lincoln Inn Fields.
Yeah.
And I used to go to Drury. Ha!
That was when
happy
you saw
times.
Mrs. Bracegirdle in
She was a fine piece of work.
Now
Fine
Bracegirdle.
woman she was. Ha! Lord
And
lovers.
David Garrick, yes?
It goes back a few years before you was born, my dear.
Yes.
You'd have been an old geezer by now.
Sam, I found out where Tyburn Stone is.
Tyburn Tree. That's a poor old place.
That was
Yes,
poor
yes.
old Ned's
Says the talk.
finishing
poor
off
old
point,
Ned.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
What was Ned's other name,
I
Sam?
went to see poor old Ned.
What was his other
I
name,
had to
Sam?
stand at the back.
You did.
You mean to say you went and watched your friend being hanged? I don't think that's very nice.
Well, it was my last respects to my friend.
Oh, I see. I hadn't thought of it
He
in that
stood
way.
there as brave as a little
Did they have a gallows or a gibbet, or was it?
Yeah,
It wasn't really a
black
tree,
ball.
was it? Was it a gibbet?
sort of what you call a crossbeam.
Ah, yes.
Long time ago.
What was Sam's
Oh,
other
finished.
name? What was Ned's other name, Sam? Do tell us. Was he a very famous highwayman?
Not as famous as some was a good mention. Like Shepherd, Dave Shepherd, and a few of them more on him. But he was a good one.
He was a
One of
good
the
one, was
best.
he? And what was his other name? Ned what?
Nick Welch.
Ned Welsh?
Welks.
Welks.
Mm.
Did he have a sort of nickname when he was on the road?
Well, we called him just Neddy.
Ned.
Ned. That's your husband.
How did they catch him? Sam?
Shut up, woman. That's your husband, ain't it?
Uh-huh. Yes.
You ask a lot of bleeding questions.
Well, I'm interested.
I had a place down the road here,
Yeah?
a few miles down the road.
Mm.
I used to come and stay there. Some of them, I put them up in the old barn. Used to show their horses
Did you turn the shoes round the wrong way?
sometimes.
I bet you did.
I bet you never turn your bloody shoes round the wrong way.
Certainly not.
And the old mares, we did that too. You'll get used to what I says, but you're a good girl. You're a bonny wench.
Oh dear, I've got past that stage a bit now, Sam. I'm getting a bit long in the tooth, I'm afraid.
Sam, do you see
You know what they says?
No.
Many a good tune played in an old fiddle.
Sam, I am not an old fiddle.
I can play the fiddle.
Could you?
One bad at it.
Right.
Hey, you're not offended, are you, love?
No, Poppet.
I only means to make you laugh.
Well, you are making me laugh. I think you're very funny. And I like you.
Well, I think you're a bit of a funny one yourself.
Not me.
Oh, not so
I'm a quiet,
bad.
sedate person. Tell us more about yourself,
What's
Sam.
happened since then?
Mm.
Used to be a place here where the nuns was.
Do you see any of your old friends, Sam?
Used to be a laugh with us, they could never get none. They used to fish.
What, the nuns?
No, the monks.
Oh, the monks.
For the nuns.
Shut up, I'm telling you. They used to go and fish there. They used to make out they was going fishing, but they had an underground place for the nuns.
Really?
What goings on?
Them was the days.
Yeah.
There were old dogses all round here.
Mm. It hasn't changed much, Sam.
What, the red lamp district?
Well, they didn't have red lamps.
Beneath
You
ground.
didn't need no lamps.
Why?
I often think back on them there days, 'cause I've gone on a bit since then,
Yeah.
but coming back here, like,
You,
I go back to the old days.
your wife, Sam,
What do we want to talk about her for?
well, it'd be interesting to her.
She was,
Mm.
I had two on 'em,
Oh yes, you told us that, that's right.
one legal, one not.
Ah. That must have been a bit of a handicap at times.
Not the same time.
And you had a son, you told us.
I used to go to the court sometimes,
Mm.
listen to
The people, cases being tried.
Oh, there's a one there used to be called Lucius. The old Bailey.
Mm. What, a judge, was it?
Lucius.
Mm.
Can't remember what his other name was.
He was a judge, wasn't he?
Well, you could call him that when you want to sleep.
There was a lot of injustice in those days.
Injustice. You had to live with your wits. What was that you said?
I just said, did you ever see the king?
You wanted to see it?
German George.
Boxy old bastard.
Yes, he was, really.
What do you think of things now when you
They
return?
still haven't found all that stuff in my hid.
What, my love?
Have, do
Have
you
they
know?
found any?
I put it under the old yew tree.
Oh, well, the old yew tree is probably gone. The same as all old yew trees go.
I stored a lot of stuff there for the boys.
Mm.
One of them was hanged, it was hanged, so I inherited it.
When you died, Ned, did you know you were dead, as it were?
I knew I was dead, but I wasn't staying dead. I was happy to come around. I've been looking around all these years,
Oh, really?
on and off.
Oh. You mean you were a sort of haunting person?
Well, I don't know what you call it, but I came back now and again to have a look at the old places, seen them change. But I wouldn't come back to live on your side.
No, I don't blame
I'm
you.
happy I am.
What
I'm
do you do
in
over
need.
there all day?
A lot of my old pals.
What do you do now, Sam? Do you work at anything?
I do.
Oh, do tell us what you do.
I help the young'uns.
Oh. The very young, or the sort of...
I help them to come over when they want help. I don't teach them to pinch or nothing now.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
I was what you call a fence, I used to hide the loot.
Mm.
I had a place underneath the barn, you know.
Mhm.
Used to put up the old bleeding trap door, you know, cover it up with all the straw and that. Put the bloody horse on top on it, they never thought of looking underneath.
And all the gentlemen of the road were your friends?
Not all on them, some of them I
Some
couldn't
of them.
bear. No, only a few on them. Because some of them didn't work that way, you see.
Was there
Some
any
of them
war
worked
on
up the
them?
Hampstead way,
Mm.
down on the old Barnet Road.
Oh, yes.
No, I only worked this way.
Uh-huh. Tell me, was there any war on while you were on Earth, do you remember?
Well, if there was, didn't make no odds to me. I heard them talk about wars abroad, but I didn't know anything about them.
Who were they fighting? Who was fighting who?
Who the hell should I know? I couldn't care. I wasn't interested.
Oh, so
Was
you
no
didn't have to
bother.
go?
Not me. They had the pressmen out once or twice, but not me, they didn't. Besides, I was getting on a bit then.
I see.
You never heard of old Davy?
Davy what?
Gary?
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
of course we
yes.
did.
He was only short, but you wouldn't have thought so when you saw him on stage. Marvellous actor.
Mhm. Have you met him at all, Sam?
Then we had that little boy, now what was his name? I gotta stop and think now, what was that little boy's name? He was good.
It's probably Master somebody, name is Master somebody.
I used to go up Puddin' Lane a lot.
Mm.
Used to go there quite a bit to Puddin' Lane.
Pudding Lane?
Where we used to be, quite a crowd of us.
It's in the city, isn't it, Sam?
Puddin' Lane.
Cheapside?
Cheapside, beyond Cheapside.
Yeah.
Yes, Sam a Londoner, he doesn't seem to have an accent there somewhere.
You've got a sort of country accent.
I thought.
Did you come from Dorset as well?
Because that was the country when I was a little boy. When my people came up, London, I was only a young. I grown up, you know.
Yeah.
Ah,
And you settled here, near here?
my people had farm, you see,
Mm.
and then they got rid of it. And then my father, my brother's father's brother, my uncle, he was a blacksmith, and I went in with him, taught me the trade. But there's more money to be made out of the other end, you see.
Yes, Sam, I met there was.
You must have been a bonny wench when you was young.
Who, me?
You.
I don't know. Never thought about it.
Can you tell us something about the times then, Sam? What conditions were like for people?
Oh, pain it is to part.
Oh yes.
Where's that one go now?
I have to clear my throat. You start it now, Joan then. Oh, what pain it is to part. Can I leave? Can I leave? Is that the right one?
Something like that.
What do you mean, something like that?
Oh, what pain it is to part. Can I ever leave thee? Can I, Polly, ever leave thee? I used to go and see that. I saw that, I can't remember how many times. I saw it at the old Lincoln's Inn. Then they put it on at the Drury. And I went umpteen times, I don't know how many times. Sat in the old pit.
Did you know they're doing it again this year?
They'd always be doing on it. It's best piece ever I did see.
What are they doing?
You were saying, Sam, the two boys that were here, one of those seemed familiar to you.
Aye, that's right. Not the dark and the other one. I'm sure I've seen him before.
Have you any idea of where? You know?
Can't place him. Yet I know I've seen him.
Not when you've been here, I mean.
What's the matter with you then?
Nothing.
It seems as if you've got a bad throat.
Sorry.
Some water baths out.
There's no water he needs. It's a brimmer.
What you know, Sam?
Does you good.
Is there some water there, do you?
Yes,
I think there is some water.
Yes, I can. There's
Yeah,
some.
you're not going to leave anything over.
No,
Not.
It'd be interesting, Sam, if you could find out about Robert, you know.
I'll find out about him. He may have been back in my time.
Yeah.
May have come back in your side.
That would be a bit quick, wouldn't it?
But
No,
what?
no.
A bit fast.
Why?
24 hours.
Are they really?
Are they really, Ken?
Very rare though.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, I reckon you, Sam, was in the reign of George III.
Oh, he was German.
Yeah.
Couldn't speak good English. He got the pox.
Yes, he went mad eventually.
He was round, what do you call it? The other,
Yeah.
I don't know what you say nowadays.
Right at the end.
Right the bend.
But if it hadn't have been him, he'd have been in lunatic asylum. He'd have been in Bedlam.
Well, they locked him up. Poor old man.
You must have got lots of interesting things you could tell us, Sam.
I used to go to the old George Inn.
Where was that, Sam?
See the horses for them sometimes. Used to find out what was what. See what they got on top.
Did you ever go to Tally-Ho? Tally-Ho?
No, that wasn't my route.
It wasn't.
No, I was on the Edgware Road.
Well, that's on the edge of the road, isn't it?
No.
Oh no, it's on the Finchley Road.
Did you go as far as Edgware, Sam?
I had a few rides out with some of my boys.
You went to
You
Barnet.
know the Spaniards Inn, Sam?
That was the right place, but there wasn't one of my haunts.
Supposed to be Dick Turpin there, wasn't it?
It was another one. Then there was old Dick Shepherd.
Yes.
Course,
Still there, you know.
Then there was that woman that you used to dress up.
Oh, we
No
don't.
time before they found out about her.
Oh, tell us about her, Sam.
Oh, Sally Lupton she was.
Oh, yeah.
She was more like a man than a woman.
Mm.
Even had a moustache.
And she used to go out riding, did she?
Yeah, she used to go out on the road times on her own. She got shot in the arm one day. Ha! Poor old cow.
Where was her? None of you trespassed on each other's territory.
Oh no, he had a code of honour there. Oh yes. Very unusual to trespass on anyone else's preserves.
Yes.
If
Really,
you did, oh,
really, the highwaymen were not bad men, were they?
well, it depends on how you look at it.
Well, how
The
did you?
rich rob from each other, and we rob from the rich. They can afford to lose it, and we can bloody glad to have it.
Well, where did the rich get it from?
From the likes of us,
Yeah.
they squeezed it out of the poor.
Mm.
Where did they get all their lands from? Ah, they never got nothing honest.
Where did you send your jewellery to, Sam?
I'm not
To get
telling you.
money?
What good's that to you?
No, I was just wondering how you disposed of it to get the money, you see, where you got the money from. Did you sell it back to the rich people again?
They used to bring a lot of it to me. Then I used to take it to the city, get my price, and I used to pay the mayors. I got a third.
Mm.
Some of them were so hot, they didn't go there themselves.
But you've changed your point of view now, Sam, haven't you?
Of course I have. But that still don't alter the fact that I think sometimes you should bleed the rich a bit, but help the poor.
Well, the income tax
The government do
inspector
that,
does
don't they?
that.
Yeah.
I believe that people should have a good opportunity and chance.
I don't think things are so bad for the poor as they used to be in your day, Sam.
I don't suppose they are. I didn't say there was.
I mean, there have been some changes for the better.
You sound real Darcet.
It's only when I come here and I think back in the old days that it makes me like I am. One of these days I'll surprise you.
Are you surprised us all?
One day I'll come back and be as I am now. Get
Very
away
glad to
with
see
you.
you however you come.
How does that happen, Sam? How can you do that? What
It's only 'cause I've been coming, what, so that second, third time,
second
I
time?
ain't got out of the habit.
Mm.
When I can, I told you it ain't proper. I'm only doing this so you can get an idea what I was like.
Mm. Did you, have you had another incarnation? Do you know? Can you find out about these things?
The cocks are round and crowing, you know that one? The hens are round and crowing, you know that?
I don't know all the words of that.
Well, why don't you learn them?
Have to, won't we?
I'll tell you one I do know, Sam. Oh, Polly, you might have toyed and kissed while keeping men off. You keep them on. You know that one?
Why, that's, what was it? Why you thus tease me together to neither, was it? Something like that.
Yeah.
If I drink
I'm trying to think
for more respect. It isn't quite as grand, actually.
No, it isn't. It's about the end of the line.
But everybody senses knows it, has known it.
But apart
It's Ben
from the
Jonson.
songs, Sam, from Gay's thing, what else did you used to sing then? You know, there must have been some songs used to sing in the
Oh, we used
tavern.
to sit and sing a lot of the old numbers, tunes. Can't remember 'em, proper, such a long time ago. But I remember we used to sing about the wars.
I wish you could remember some.
And we used to sing about the girls. And I remember we had a song we used to sing. Now, how did it go now? Let me think. Drink up, ye merry lads. That's how it was now. Drink up, ye merry lads. What was the next line?
Oh, it's nice to be a member of the High Terbian, I must say.
I once went out to a ball.
Did you? And what were you dressed in?
I borrowed a suit from Jack Knight, who had a good, nice blue suit. Nice blue coat, trimmed with gold.
You had a doublet, did you?
Oh no, it's not that far than that.
No, it's just...
Oh, sorry. Setting a trap.
We went to Gray's rooms.
Oh,
And
yeah.
there was the fiddlers. Because I couldn't do the measures. But I watched them on the side. But I did a bit of business in the art room though. Nice bit she was.
Was she?
Place was always full of harpies.
Like Mrs. Trapes. This was the sort of place she used to keep, didn't she?
Who's drapes?
In Gay's, no, Gay. In the Beggar's Opera, there's Mrs. Trapes. That's where Peachum is.
Before the band all crowing, the cogs by inns attended. Do you know that?
That's right, yes. Suspended and one he
Singles from the crew and there's a happy end.
And how'd you do, and how'd you do, and
How'd you do again? You know that?
Yes.
That's a good,
That's a naughty one.
that's all right. What's naughty about it?
Well, the suggestion. People would say it was very suggestive these days.
These days, people.
I almost got converted.
Did you? Converted to what, Sam?
I heard a preacher in the fields. He used to come there. Used to stand and get a big crowd around him. Used to talk and talk and talk. He was good.
What was he called?
Oh, I don't remember his name, but he was a good preacher. I went several times to pull some balls, but I used to feel like nodding off. But this man I heard in the fields, he kept you awake.
Would it have been Wesley? No, that was two. Would it, Doreen?
No, actually not. Could have been somebody like Spurgeon.
I think our friend asserts his personality extremely well.
Yes, he does.
But of course he is only asserting a very obviously a material aspect of self.
Yes, sir.
We would like him to come and assert his real personality as he is now. There's something which perhaps might even puzzle you, but I think it is of interest for you to know that souls who've been here for a very long time can, by concentration of thought and recapturing of past memories, revert back on certain levels to old selves. In other words, it is feasible, and indeed is possible, and does happen on occasions, that people concentrating themselves, as it were, on different levels, are able to not only recapture aspects of selves or past on certain periods, in certain periods of time, as they once were, they are able to recreate, is the only way I can express this, recreate some aspect of the old self. Incarnations. You always think of incarnations, of course, as purely perhaps material, of being reborn into your world and having a new life in a material sense. But it's not altogether that. People who have gone on into higher spheres do leave behind, in a strange way which I cannot depict or describe, aspects of selves on different levels of consciousness, and entering into a different grade or thought vibration can assume, if necessary, temporarily the old self on a different level. Our friend has conjured up, is the word I think I should use, conjured, some aspect of his old self. And it is of interest because when he enters into the old memory of self, he can recount, if he wishes, aspects of past life, places, names, peoples, incidents, so on, which I suppose some could be traced or discovered as evidence, but what I think would be interesting now that he has revealed himself as the character which once he was, somewhere way back in the 18th century, it would be interesting if we can help him, and I hope he will succeed, in eventually coming to you as he is. Because I think this would be interesting, and it would be an illustration, if you like, of how we on this side, though we may progress through varying degrees and conditions of life onto a much higher level of consciousness, how we can, by the will of our personality, if you like, recapture old self or aspect of self. If I want to go back in time, I can remember myself as I once was, when I was on Earth, when I was playing at the Lyceum and other places. And I can also go back further in my incarnations, way back into the dim, distant past, when I lived upon Earth centuries and centuries and centuries before. But I've never bothered so far to do this. I'm quite content to come on the old level of consciousness of my last Earth experience. Of course, even then, I have altered and changed to a great degree. This is something which perhaps people find very difficult to understand, that one can be on a certain level, evolved state of being, and yet at will can recapture the old self. You know, you take yourselves, you do this almost automatically without really realizing it. You grow up from childhood to adult, you go through phases, you reach certain aspects of self, certain degrees of advancement or experience or education, call it what you will, a combination of many things. But if you sit and reflect in the quietude of your home, it is not difficult at times to recapture your old self as you were at 14 or 16. I do not say that this is exactly a separate character or separate part of you, but it is an aspect of self. All life really consists of many, many, many degrees of consciousness and aspects of remembrance of self as one was. One may go through centuries of time and have dim remembrance of things past. Other times a great clarity of vision comes, and you have remembrance of yourself as you were perhaps centuries ago. If one can realize that although one is in a sense a separate being or a separate individual, you are really a product of innumerable experiences through eons possibly of time on different levels of a realization of self. And all these different selves are part of the real self. You often think of yourselves as you know yourselves, as you think yourselves to be, but this is only a certain level of consciousness which you have reached and of which you are aware. But you are only partly aware of the true self. We go on and progress, we gain new knowledge, new experience, but all the old past and the old remembrances are still there to be recaptured if one wishes. Sam merely recaptures himself as he was and exerts that personality, and you receive in some part the old self. One day he will come and surprise you, and he will come and he will be his real self as he actually is, and he will talk on an entirely different level and give you, I'm sure, interesting information regarding higher levels of consciousness and experience on the sphere to which he has become adjusted. Everyone goes through many phases. It is not easy for you to realize this. You think of yourself or someone you have known and loved purely on that level. And this is human, this is natural, and perhaps in a kind of way you wouldn't wish it to be otherwise. But in a way this is really restricting you. You are not just what you seem. You are not just what you have become. You are much more than this. In the future, and in a sense the past has played its part, and is still there in the present if you wish to conjure it, and has some effect on the future which is yet to be. You are more than what you seem, and you are many peoples, and yet still one and the same. You may have been this or that person in a century past, but you are this person in this century, but you are the product of the past. And though you may be speaking in a different way and reacting in a different sense to different situations and new experiences, you are in a sense still reflecting something of the old self. This you cannot escape from. A man is not created and made and becomes in one lifetime. He is a combination of many lifetimes, and there is a thread that runs through generations of time, which when you understand, you begin to realize more and more the immensity of life and the great possibilities that lie ahead. Nothing is lost. You may think you have lost something valuable, something that is beyond price, maybe someone near and dear to you, but you have not lost that one. That one is closer to you than perhaps even you could ever hope to realize. This personality that you have loved is very much part of your present and your past and your future, and you are building towards a goal which perhaps has not yet been set and which you cannot envisage. But you are not losing, even though you do not see, though you may not even sense, you are being helped and guided, and in some measure uplifted beyond your present comprehension. Those whom you have known and loved, who have gone before you, are often around and about you. They are endeavouring to open and widen your vision and give you an opportunity that you might express something of themselves in your yet material existence. There is nothing that is lost, only that which seems so. A flower that blooms and dies is not lost. You know, if only you could see these truths, that the past and the present and the future are all one. Do not despair. Be patient. Try to see the clarity of vision that we try to bring. Try to see in Sam something which perhaps even yet you haven't grasped. This aspect that we bring to you, for I say we bring because we allow Sam to come and exert himself in the past and try to give to you some semblance of the old. Yet in himself there is much good, and indeed there is much that is wise, that is yet to be revealed. Let him go through the phases of his existences and come to the present state of his being, and you will see how man changes and progresses and becomes truly a divine personality. Divine in the sense that as we become more engrossed in spiritual things, so we become more caught up in the reality of the Spirit, and the divine power that animates all life shows itself in a higher form. This is what we desire, that you should see our aspect of truth on many levels. Never be afraid to see on the lowest level of consciousness, for from this you can learn, as you can learn from the highest. On all levels that we may bring you souls, there is a reason and a purpose and a meaning behind all that we endeavour to do. Be patient. Realize we do everything in our power to help you, that our love is ever strong, that we shall endeavour to assist you in every way that we can. And to those of you who perhaps, even at this stage, feel desolate, feel sometimes that you are adrift, away from these things that mean so much, and above all the ones that you love so desperately, know that they understand, and they appreciate your tears, they appreciate your feelings and emotions, and yet, of course, in a sense, it distresses them to see you unhappy, and yet they are human enough to know that this is natural, and that in a sense they perhaps would be at a loss if you did not show this emotion. How strange and mixed we all are, how involved, perhaps more than perhaps we realize at times, one with the other. Grief is an understandable thing, and we sympathize with those who grieve. And when you grieve, those whom you love grieve with you. Grieve in a different sense, of course. They grieve perhaps because you have not grasped or cannot realize how near they are to you, how their love is strengthened by your grief even, how they are strengthened by your love, how they want you to find that peace and that joy that can come from true understanding. Time in itself is but a dream. The time will pass, and then you will see with a clearer vision these things of which we speak, those whom you know and love, those whom you seek to be near to you, close to you, are near to you, are close to you. They want to help you. They want you to be happier. And do not grieve too deeply, but rejoice in truth and in knowledge and in love. Know that nothing can separate you, for love overcomes all things, even death. Death is not the enemy. Death is a release into a world of greater vision, of greater beauty, greater joy, greater understanding, and greater truth. Have no fears. Be patient. Try to see things with a clarity of vision. We will do all we can to help you. Sometimes we may say things, or even do things that seem obscure, that seem perhaps rather odd or strange, but behind everything that we do, there is a reason, there is a purpose. It may not always strike you as such, but it is true that behind everything that happens, there is reason, there is purpose. In allowing Sam to come on the lowest possible level of his consciousness, the memory of Earth, there is a reason, there is purpose, which will be made even more clear to you later. Next time, perhaps, he will show you another aspect of himself. We are always trying to show you a different part, as it were, or a different facet. Like a diamond, it is many-faceted, this life of ours. You do not see the full reality of that which we bring you. Sometimes you see but a glistening or a glowing of the light that we bring. But one day you will see and understand much more deeply, much more really, with a greater depth and understanding than you could possibly experience yet a while of these things of which we speak. Be happy as your earthly life will allow you to be. Give yourselves in love and service to those less fortunate. Do not grieve too deeply. Try to understand that love which you bear, some soul here, is received and draws them near to you. They want you to be happy, to join with them in the realization that all is well. Only time is your enemy, and even that is an illusion. Try, therefore, to do that which you can best do in your own little way, in your own field of activity. Bring joy and peace and happiness in your lives, one to the other, and into those around and about you. Spread truth, and truth will make all men free. Do not despair, my children. Be of good heart. All is well. I must go. I think the power wanes. In fact, I know that it does. But we leave you with our love and our blessing. Bless you all.
Bless you.
And bless our visitors, especially tonight.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen.
Bless our visitors. Hope they comes again. Nice couple.
Thank you, Sam.
God bless you.
God
All the
Same
best
to you, Sam.
in what our
Yes,
friend the actress woman said. It's right, you know.
You were
One of these
listening.
days I'll give you a big surprise.
You were
I'll come and
listening.
talk real nice.
You were listening to her, were you?
I was. She's a marvellous lady.
Yeah.
Yes, isn't she?
Yes, good soul.
Hmm.
Yes. I've known a few of them, their actresses, in the past. Of course, they wasn't like her. They was only, you know, sort of Tuckneyanians. But she's a good one. Anyway, I'll come again, but I'll try and come posh, as you call it.
Come in
Bye-bye.
when you like, Sam.
Bye-bye, Sam.
Bye-bye.
I'll come in with velvet. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Not in my house, but bye-bye.
Bye, Sam.
I have to go
Not
now.
his house, man.
My love and God bless you. Bye-bye.
God bless you.
Okay.
I didn't bring your boy through, but I'm sure you understand. He sends all his love and blessings, and he thanks you for the flowers and for all your lovely thoughts.
Thank you, Mickey.
Bye-bye.
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 Oh, it's quite an unusual.
Do that camera.
I hope Sam keeps like he is. I like him.
I adore Ellen Terry's